Hey guys, it's Beethoven. Well, basically, I just finished going to go see. I just finished coming from seeing the Dragon Ball Super movie, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about the whole movie. There were really good parts, but then there were also some really bad noticeable parts. Like for a lot of people who know my channel and who know me personally, I'm like when it comes to animation, I like it to be a certain way. Throughout the whole movie, the animation for the movie was good. It was stellar. It was like, oh my god, it's crisp as hell. They have the older style mixed with the new style. It was good. But in the middle of some fight scenes, they would have parts where random CGI would just spurt out of nowhere, and your eyes are like, ah, no, like especially like there was like barely any CGI or noticeable CGI throughout most of the movie until you got up to the part where Goku went Super Saiyan Blue and he powered up, and then the entire fight scene between him and Broly, where it was just CGI, and it was so bad and did not mix in well. Well, it wasn't super bad like Ajin and Berserk bad, but it was super noticeable. It actually kind of looked similar to the Dragon Ball Fighters game that just came out recently. That is like the Street Fighter esque game. It kind of looked like that in some kind of weird way. But overall, it was extremely off putting. But it wasn't too bad, but it was pretty bad to me. Anyways, now about the pacing and the story. The story was very like it was half. It was like kind of like an origin story as to how Brawley got there and whatnot. It's kind of recycled and rehashed, but they just slightly changed things from the previous movie, and I'm okay with that. At the beginning, there was a lot of talking, and it's kind of like stuff that was pretty basic or we. It was okay, but overall, the pacing of the movie though, that's something different. It's a movie, so it was really fast. Like it went by in like 2 seconds. Now with the TV show, when they implement it in the TV show, it's going to be kind of like a half filler, half not filler. I know the pacing is going to be super slow because that's what Dragon Ball does. They will drag off. They'll drag on one chunk of the show for like 100 episodes. That's what Dragon Ball does. With this, they could probably totally do that, but I kind of hope they don't stretch it on for far too long. And if you've seen the movie, I'm probably gonna rewatch the movie for this. This is a very small gripe. There was so much screaming in the movie between Goku, Vegeta, Frieza. I think we screamed at one point. There was so much screaming every 2 seconds. Ah! Oh! Ah! It's like, shut the fuck. It's like, stop, please. Um, the movie is it's like in terms of that's annoying. Sound design wise, that's really annoying. Oh, and speaking of sound, okay, during the movie, right? I noticed this, and some friends of mine noticed this after the movie, and I like after the movie, like some of my friends went to the bathroom, and we just some of the people I met randomly there, that we kind of just talked about the movie. Some of them talked about during the fight scene. Some of the fight scenes, they would have Goku or Vegeta or Broly's names randomly be shouted in the background as background music. It was supposed to be hype, but it kind of wasn't. Sometimes it was noticeable, sometimes it wasn't. Honestly, every now and then it was kind of annoying. It was kind of like the old when if you ever played Shadow of Mordor, like when a orc was introduced into the fight, they would have their name being shouted in the background. But in Dragon Ball, it was like the volume was a lot lower, but it was still very noticeable. And it was like, okay, it's kind of killing the hype of the fight here, and you just tone that down some. As for things in the movie that didn't really make a lot of sense to me, for example, Brawly's power level. Okay, so you have this Saiyan who is in base form, fighting a Super Saiyan, then a Saiyan God, then a Super Saiyan God, or like a blue and red form. of Goku and Vegeta. And then you had them fight Gogeta as well, and he was still holding his own. I'll just go back to his base form. How is base form Broly able to fight gods? Like, there were so many questions I had as to how this even happened in the first place, because he was so... He was powerful. Like, he was beating up Frieza. He was beating up Gogeta. Gogeta in Super Saiyan form. But, like, overall, like, how is he able to even keep up with gods in the first place? It doesn't make any sense. But, afterwards, I talked to a bunch of people, and we all had a conversation, and we just talked about it and theorized. After a while, we came up with some weird theories. So, at the way beginning of the movie, they hinted at things like how Broly was way, way, way stronger than people of royal blood, and people of royal blood usually have a way higher power level than everybody else. And with Vegeta, when he was born, he beat everybody in terms of strength when it comes to the charts and whatnot and stats of all the other babies. So he was already born a Saiyan prodigy. But then Broly came along and he far exceeded that and dwarfed Vegeta in terms of strength. So with a lot of people think that with Broly, he's basically a mutation, kind of like how with humans we have different mutations, like, you know, albinism, or albinoism, whatever you call it, and or, you know, blue eyes is considered a genetic abnormality that became a thing. I don't feel like getting into genetics. It's all over the place in terms of genes. But with Broly, he's like a one in a billion, or either it's like a Super Saiyan 4-ish kind of thing, like or either like, okay, you know when Goku and Vegeta went Super Saiyan 4 for the first time, they tapped into their primal side of their Saiyan line. Now with Broly, his eyes turned yellow, like Super Saiyan 4. The eyes were yellow, and he was very primal. You know, they kept talking about how he went berserk, similar to his monkey. Like when he goes into his monkey form, he doesn't know his surroundings. He doesn't, you know, comprehend what other people comprehend. He just knows, hey, beat up this thing, and that's about it. Like even during this fight, his supposed allies, for example, Frieza, he tried to fight Frieza in the middle of the fight. That's that power. That's that people call the Kale fight versus Goku fight Berserker Kale, but a lot of people would just call it, you know, just grade 8 form or whatnot, or that just untapped potential from Saiyans. So in the future, we might see Goku and Vegeta be able to tap into that same power or Saiyan power, but you never know. There's so many theories and things going around about Dragon Ball. It's crazy. We're, you know, with like, I've been a long time fan of Dragon Ball ever since I was little. Like I've been watching the anime and the movies and playing the games, and there's a lot of theories. There's a lot of theories we can make until, like, it's some of the stuff is actually confirmed. It's just theorizing. They are gonna continue the Dragon Ball anime later on in the future, probably next year or so, and we can go on from there. But so far with this movie, I don't know what to give it. Like, there's a lot of flaws, but there's a lot of things I love about it. I want to say about a 7 out of 10 until then, or a 10 out of 10. I don't know what to do, because, like, I love it, but I also hate some parts. Like, I felt disappointed, but it left me unsatisfied during the movie. Like, okay, spoiler alert. Super spoiler alert. Okay. At the end of the movie, they never really beat Broly, kinda. Broly was, you know, they never really beat the guy. They just teleported him back to his original planet, and the fight was just over. That was it. Like, it felt so anticlimactic, and a lot of the fights felt rushed, and they didn't really have much of an impact as normal fights usually do. Like, I didn't really feel like they really are in danger. Just one time when Goku was fighting him, and he was just his regular god form, and he got tossed around like Hulk versus Loki, that particular thing.
Not be bullied by that.
I thought that was hilarious, but also really cool. Other than that, you didn't really feel like they're in danger, but they probably will make it feel like that in the actual anime, not the movie. But the movie itself felt it was like a meh, but it was also it was hype, but I felt disappointed at the same time. I don't know how to explain it, because the reviewer in me saw a lot of the flaws, and I guess like I saw the good stuff, but I saw a lot of the flaws at the same time, and that kind of made the movie a little iffy. I'm gonna go rewatch it again with my little brother because I didn't get to see it with him. So when I do that, I'm gonna go a lot for for the smaller details, the very very small details, instead of just the big ones. And maybe then I can pick up stuff I didn't pick up before, and maybe make another video on it later on in the future. But that's about it for me today. All I'm gonna say is go watch the movie. Tell me what you guys think about the movie. If you have seen the movie, or if you've watched the whole video through. I respond to every single comment, like every single one. Like type anything, and I'll respond to it. So give me a comment down below, and click that subscribe button, the like button, whatever. So like, subscribe, and peace. Bye.